Hello, Oracles. Oracle Tim here from Oracle Investments. Well, surprise, surprise, Elon sold some more stock. I was just doing my normal morning check to see any updated SEC filings, and sure enough, Elon exercised another 2.1 million shares of options and then sold off his typical 934,091 shares to compensate for the taxes on it. So this brings his total to 10.6 million shares that he has received from exercising his options, and that leaves him with about 12.2 million shares left to exercise. And based upon the 10% that Elon was talking about selling back in November, looks like he's at about 7 million shares left that he would need to sell in order to hit that 17 million share mark. And looking at the pattern that he has been selling with the 934,091 shares every time he exercises his options, that would only get him to 5.6 million shares sold. So he still has, or would have if he holds true to this, 1.3 million shares that he would have to sell outside of just the exercised options tax purposes. And an important note to make is this exercise of these options and sale now puts Elon into the net. So he actually has more shares now than he had before. Despite all of the sales and everything he's been doing, he's now going to be gaining shares. So when we hear a lot of people saying, oh, Elon is selling his shares, he's selling out, no, he's exercising his options, as we know, and he's selling the shares that he needs to compensate for the taxes on that. But in the end, he is actually going to be building up his share allotment in his stake in Tesla stock even more. And so in the end of all of this, if he holds true to his 10% and sells all the shares that he says he's going to sell, plus the exercised options, he'll actually be gaining about 6 million shares worth of Tesla stock through all of this. Now, I remember just last night we were discussing that perhaps he wasn't selling because he was in possession of some material non-public information. And now he has sold this. So I looked into, what is material non-public information? Well, material non-public information is any information that a CEO, a high-level executive has that could potentially fluctuate the stock in one way or another. And the SEC rules about material non-public information are that from the date that you get that information as a CEO or high-level executive, you cannot sell or buy any of that stock within 2 closing days of when you get that information. So you have to wait at least 2 trading days before you can do that, or until that information is no longer important. Now, it's hard to tell whether one supersedes the other, so I don't know if Elon got information about stuff and he couldn't sell within 2 days, but we just don't know the information yet, but now he's allowed to sell, or if he has to wait until that information becomes public. If you guys know, please clarify that in the comments, because based upon the research I did through the SEC, it doesn't clarify one way or the other. But either way, with that information, we know that Elon sold more yesterday, and so what I look at is, yes, the markets were super green, and maybe that explains why Tesla was a little bit red yesterday, but it honestly wasn't that red. I mean, that would totally explain the early 5% dip in the morning. You don't get times for when it was sold, you just get the dollar amounts. That could have been what caused the dip, most likely. And I know for one, I took advantage of that dip. So let me know if you guys took advantage of that dip yesterday morning during Elon's sales. And the last thing I wanted to go over today was the Cybertruck. There's been so much Cybertruck excitement going on. There's the cyberwhistle, the kids' cyber ATV we got. I just happened to see a meme about Form Camper creating a huge attachment that you could put onto the back of your Cybertruck. And for me, this Form Camper thing really just was like, oh, I gotta get me a Cybertruck. I love camping, I love hiking, I love nature, I love traveling. This would be ideal. They're doing such a great job with the Cybertruck to make it such a functional, amazing vehicle. God, I want one. When I put in my deposit for my Model Y, I was like, ooh, do I get the Cybertruck instead? but they pulled the pricing like a week before I put in my deposit. And I'm like, I don't know if they're gonna crank the pricing up on it. I may have missed that opportunity. I'm gonna wait for Elon to give us more clarification, which I have a feeling we're gonna get on the Q1 earnings call when he gives us the product roadmap. And I might put in a reservation for it then, because if we have as many reservations as we have, I might not even be able to see mine for a couple of years anyway, and that'd give me a great inspiration to really get myself financially to the point where I can get a Cybertruck as well, and that would be absolutely amazing. Plus, there are rumors about a quad motor Cybertruck going to be coming out, so perhaps I will just wait and get that guy. Not sure, obviously pricing is a huge piece and I don't need it, and I like to be financially and fiscally responsible, and if I don't need something, I'm not going to get it. I'm getting the Model Y because I need a new car soon. And so I'm wondering if maybe this 12.9 hinting news that we're getting might be based on some Cybertruck information. You know, maybe he'll announce a quad motor on 12.9. Maybe it has nothing to do with anything else. Let me know again in the comments what you think 12.9 is about. I again don't think it's going to be a stock split, but you never know. You know, if he hadn't been selling because of material non-public information, maybe that's what he's got. Maybe he has information out of China. There's a lot of different things that it could possibly be. We're kind of getting this little breadcrumb trail of the Cybertruck stuff, you know, cyberwhistle and the ATV. Maybe he's kind of leading the way up to that. So if there's any other releases for Cybertruck related things in the next few days, maybe that will kind of lead us to, hey, you know, that is what's coming. Don't know. I know Ian loves to play those games because, you know, it's fun. It's fun to do that, and it's all in a good, positive manner. So I'm all for it. But we shall see. In less than 1 week, we will know what 12.9 is all about. Let me know in the comments if any of you guys scooped up any of those cyber whistles or cyber ATVs. And let me know if any of you have reservations in for the Cybertruck as well. And if so, which one are you reserving? Thank you all so much for watching. I appreciate all of your support and feedback. If you have not subscribed, please do so down below. Like this video, sign yourself up for notifications. I will see you guys later. And if I happen to get any more updated information, I'm going to try doing posts here on YouTube. I'm also on Twitter. So you can find me over there on Twitter, and I'm going to start using that a little bit to give you guys more in the moment information. There's a lot of great Tesla Twitter people out there as well that give great information. There's Sawyer Merritt, Tesla Daily. There's a bunch. So just to keep you guys up to date, I'm going to throw it out there as well. Otherwise, thank you again so much. I will see you all later. Have a great one.